What a perplexing situation I find myself in. I don't know if I should do this hat in the ski mask or if it's should I do it in the black hat? Because we got ski mask action that I'm about to talk about, and there's a funeral we gotta attend. Anyway, it'll work itself out. All right. Let's talk about it around the herd. Tide, everybody. Roll Tide, Alabama fans. Welcome to Tight Sports. This is the Alabama Football Megacast and the People's Crimson Tide Network. I don't care what the people say about the Crimson Tide. Thank you for thumbing over and joining me on whichever virtual space you have chosen today. Come on in, sit a spell. Might just learn yourself something about the Crimson Tide. Hopefully some good things. Tell a friend to lock me in. And, so we can talk about that Tide. And, of course, we got a lot to cover. Share a pound with a brother on your way in. And just put that pound right on top of the subscribe button. That's right. Add some pressure to that share button. so we can just blow this channel up because I got some things to say about the Crimson Tide. And if I successfully stimulate the happy juice in your gray matter and make your funny bone jiggle, remember to poke that like button right in the eye. Woo! Boy, I'm telling you, I'm just so fired up all day today. I put lotion on my face, keep going to put lotion. It's like I'm just ashy. I'm ashy here today. No matter how much, I keep getting burnt. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I got burnt. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Alabama got manhandled by a team that won 2 games last year. I don't care what the name is on the moniker. It wasn't a fluke. It was a full-scale statistical beatdown and breakdown. I mean, in every turn of the game, we got crushed. Oh, yeah, we're going to point some fingers, but guess what? I can point a finger at myself. Got caught up in what I'm learning from the people that's out there looking. Obviously, they don't know what the hell they're looking at. I tell y'all all the time, I don't know X's and O's. I may know something about the Jimmys and the Jones, because I know if that young man strike me in my chest, I'm going to the hospital. But I can't tell him what to do on the gridiron. I know doggone well I shouldn't line up next to Lacia Brooks racing to nothing. Unless we racing to save my loving wife's life, that's the only way I'm going to beat that man. Other than that, I ain't got a chance. Kids, sorry, kids. Can't do it. But I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. Today, the scab has been pulled off. It's over. It's done. Let me give you my thoughts about it. I got hundreds and thousands of thoughts. Looking at this game, time of possession wasn't that bad. But you know what? Sometimes we look at deaths of people that died too young. We can look back and say it ain't the time that you had, it's what you did with the time that you had. You know, some people could be here for, 30 years and change the world. Other people could be here for 100 years and suck the life out of every room they walk into. So it was almost equal. You know, it was almost equal. But in the end, Florida State did more than Alabama with time of possession. But it was only off by like 20 seconds. It didn't even matter. Gus didn't need that much time, obviously. First down, Florida State kept the chains moving 20 times. And I'm just going through this. Y'all saw the game, but I like looking at the numbers to see how far off we were. We weren't far off. We just had an execution problem. I've been told go watch the film guy. There's a film guy, the film guy channel. Go watch him. I was just watching him. I keep watching him, and my mouth was like this. I just got my mouth hanging open. Now, he said he can't coach either. But I think he was on the Georgia staff at one time, maybe played somewhere around there. But it's in the film, folks. It ain't even what I thought. We had a huge gap in this thing, man. It's like, I don't know. We just didn't we had 18 first downs. They had 20. You know, I don't know. It's like everything we need to take to the game. What is it? What do you call it? Like eye control, discipline, toughness, controlling the edge, all those big terms. It's like they left them on the bus, or better yet, they probably left them in Alabama. I think that probably what happened was whatever box that was in, they was down at the Denny's getting something to eat on the way down, or maybe it fell off the plane. Something happened. Third down conversions wasn't a big advantage. 41% for Florida State. We was at 35%. We'd like to see that number certainly up to 60%. But that's 11 wasted possessions. 11 wasted possessions that we had. 11 wasted possessions for the Alabama offense. The man who said he ain't have his man, so we went and got his man. He brought, you know what's up there? It seemed like we got us an old Indiana boy reunion up there at Tuscaloosa. And I don't like Indiana boy reunions at my campus. I don't like that. Not around my football team. Go through that. Go back to Indiana with that, wherever y'all met. 11 wasted possessions. Now, were all 11 of them going to be scoring opportunities? Needed to be. But for a team that prides itself on execution, excellence, that was a masterclass in absolute failure. 11 wasted possessions. Explosives. Plays over 20 yards. Florida State had 6. And I think I got each one of like 3 etched to my eyeballs over here. I got another 3 over here etched to my eyeballs, and all of them are singed into the back of my brain. Alabama had 2. I mean, the offense just looked like it was like running in quicksand, and FSU was like launching fireworks whenever they wanted to. I ain't trying to be funny. This defensive guy, Kane Womack, who I lauded all last year, said he's really putting it together in the first year. Did he go on vacation between last year and this year? Because that was just weird. This man said that, his daddy has known Gus Malzahn for years, and he played against Gus Malzahn in high school. And I would think as a defensive coordinator, the people who I played against have risen to another level. That's the first people I'm understanding. I don't know if his daddy went over to his house, but if he went over to Gus Malzahn's house as a child, he wasn't asking no questions. He back in the back playing Xbox or something. Because he didn't act like he known Gus Malzahn since he was in high school. He had like he like Gus was somebody. It was another Gus. When we played, I had to pull up the game and say, was that Gus Malzahn or Gus Johnson or somebody? Because that you didn't know it was coming. If you go to that film guy thing, they got this thing where like you're supposed to contain the quarterback. Just don't haul butt up the field. And you don't haul butt up the field as a defensive line if you run against an option team. Guess what our players did every time? They show how fast they can run 10 yards. You know what they're doing? Getting ready for that damn draft. Getting ready for that draft. Boy, them boys could really run that shuttle run thing. They went 5 yards so quick. I promise to God, one time, Thomas Castellanos, I'm going to call him the prophet. He came up with the ball like this, and he looked. And I promise you, the whole defensive line, and maybe, I don't know how, there was 4 people. They were shoulder to shoulder with him. His guard or center or somebody was standing 5 yards over there like this. Like, who am I block? Who am I block now, Willie? Said, I don't know. Let's go. Whole bigger, can't be nasty. It's bigger than the opening in Legion Field. That's how it just opened up. Everybody was gone. The linebackers was back in the zone, 12-yard pickup, just so easy peasy. Easy peasy. Now, everybody ain't Gus. Now, we had to play against Gus 11 more times, then the Tide would definitely be 2-10 this season. But everybody ain't Gus. But if we gonna just do this, we're not gonna do contain pass rush, then guess what? Guess what I'm gonna do? Somebody can put it in the chat. Who is the slowest quarterback we're gonna play? Is it Nussmeier? I don't know. Is it Diego Pavia? He's more power back than anything else. You ain't got to run fast if they're going to rush like that. No discipline at all. Pass-run ratio. Alabama ran the ball 29 times and threw it 43 times. What I tell y'all? If your name ain't Bryce, I don't want you throwing 40 yards. I didn't want Tua throwing 40 times. 43 times we threw the ball. Now, DC told me a long time ago over at Auburn, check him out. He said, he going to pass to set up the run. Like Bill Belichick, maybe? He said, no, he's just going to do it to piss everybody off. Well, he got me pissed off. That was ridiculous. Everybody saw the first drive. Everybody was, oh, Lord, we back. First drive, we back. 6-7 minutes off the clock, whatever it was. It was beautiful. They scored, or they did something. That long drive, whichever one it was, when we got all our rushing yards from the running backs. All the yards was like from running backs. I think Ty had to run for his life one time. 43 times. Even, I think, God is not a fan necessarily of the Crimson Tide, but he's a fan of common sense. When he allowed the heavens to open up and allow that precious gold of rain, I said, I don't know why he's throwing the ball, but we can get back down to business now that it's raining. Obviously, I don't know. Maybe Grubb was like, I'm in the booth. I don't feel no rain. Maybe he didn't know it was raining. Maybe he didn't know it was raining. Florida State, they ran that ball 49 times. Ask me how many times they threw it. How many times they threw the ball and beat the smoke out of the Crimson Tide? What does that look like? 41? 14? I mean 14. I don't mean 41. 14 passes. And you know what it reminded me of? 1992 National Championship Crimson Tide, where we won a national championship throwing for 16 yards. Now, Thomas Castellanos threw for 152 yards. But we got crushed, demolished, devastated. We just kept trying to finesse our way out of a street fight. I know everybody's probably heard this quote right now. They said, the Alabama Crimson Tide, they showed up to play the game. Florida State showed up to fight. It's a difference, folks. I can go to my neighbor's house, one of them around there, and go play a game. I'd be ready to play a game with Bridge. I would get destroyed. I don't know nothing about Bridge. Ain't never seen nobody play Bridge. I can go in there and get ready to play. But the people at the other table, them old ladies, they get to kicking them cards on the table and putting them on their forehead and just waiting on me to put one down. They're going to destroy me over at the senior home, over at the neighbor's house. That's what we did. This is not reminiscent of anything in my lifetime. One thing I can tell you, in the days of Cornelius Bennett and Derek Thomas and so many, Alabama, I ain't experienced a defensive just. Sometimes when you're not ready, we got suspensions, all this kind of stuff. That's one thing, but just a straight beat down and you got all this talent, somebody can't coach. Or some folks can't coach. And the yardage stats. Florida State racked up 382 total yards. Alabama had 341. That's just crazy. There was nothing equal about this game other than execution. Rush of 230-some yards. Alabama had 87 goddamn yards. Do you know that's 22 yards? Do you know that's 4 lines? That's this line. We're going to cross 3 more lines every quarter. That is all the rushing we had for the game. They averaged 4.7. It looked like 10.9. Alabama averaged 3. And that's probably up because Ty was running for his life sometime. 152 yards, man. 11 yards passing. 152 yards passing for Florida State. 11 yards per attempt. It's surgical, folks. That's surgical. Squirrel White out here on Dijon Lee. Hey, I don't know a great cornerback at Alabama that ain't been burnt. Kareem Jackson got burnt in that overtime game when that dude threw that perfect pass over, but he got burnt up. He's burnt crispy freshman. That's his name right now. It ain't Dijon Lee. It's this Dijon fried chicken or maybe steak. He got burnt up. It still don't mention it cost you the whole game. The guys didn't like they was even pumped up. The defense looked lost. I don't think Ty is an issue. The person that he's talking to is an issue. Just like the person that first of all, you can go to NFL.com, look up Seattle, find out how to send emails of apology to Jalen Milroe immediately. You know who you are. Turnovers. Alabama didn't have no turnovers. We got turnovers that helped us keep the game close. But let's talk about them penalties, folks. They had 4, we had 8. Therefore, it cost them 40 yards. We were sloppy. We were undisciplined with this foolishness. 8 penalties for 70 doggone yards. Completely uncharacteristic of what we've done before 5 years ago. So we've been having penalty problems forever. And like I said, Ty Simpson, he gave it all he had, 254 yards. He had 1 touchdown, I guess. I don't even care. We're talking about this. He had one touchdown. 43 is too much because he ran the ball a bunch. The running backs, I don't think nobody got a chance to get juiced up. Jerry Bernard, we'll talk about him in a minute. And we're 3 players that I will give game ball to because they definitely were playing their best, the best of their ability. But FSU ran the ball 49 times. We never adjusted. Kane Womack's scheme was disastrous. And Ryan Grubb, I don't know, calling those passing plays just like he had Penix under. Penix used to average like 40, 45, 48, 40. But the boy had talent before he got to Washington. They knew that because he had the talent in Indiana. He just was a little injury prone. You take a first-time starter in the SEC, I don't care how old he is, and you just go all balls to the wall like, it's Peyton Manning back there in his third year. I don't know how to help you. I don't know how to help you. And you got to know how to help yourself, sir. And, even like Kalen DeBoer, I don't know. I'm going to sit down and watch the press conference for this week. He was answering them questions. I'm telling you, I ain't never wanted to just kick one of my nice, I can't afford to get another one computer right in the screen. God, Kalen DeBoer said he was surprised by the lack of effort. I said, I didn't know he worked for ESPN. Yeah, I didn't know he was a former player. I didn't know he was on Saban's staff. I didn't know. Who the hell are you talking to? You're surprised by the lack of effort? That is the most dooming thing ever. It's one thing to become cool and collected. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't watch Sark that much on the sideline, but Sark's kind of calm, cool, and collected. Ryan Day gets after people. If you want to be calm, cool, and collected, that's your deal. You know what I'm saying? But your ass better win. I mean, talking about them saying stuff. I'm surprised by the lack of effort. Surprise? Oh, surprise? Oh, surprise? You surprised? I'm surprised by the effort of Bray Hubbard. Huh? Hey, Bray, outside shoulder, brother. Put your helmet on the outside shoulder. I mean, he was right. I watched all them clips. That's why I'm not even doing it no more. I put all these clips in them touching the pad. They touching the pad and they doing this. They're going through the thing. They touching the pad. They're doing these things like this. That's how I ain't trying to be funny. Injuries aside, folks, y'all need to hit somebody. That's why me and my boys ain't out there. We don't want to get hit. We ain't out there. Not that you would have us, but we ain't going. We're not going to Tuskegee. If Huntington College has, we ain't going. Mercer. What's the school small there? Allen College. Too old. Don't do that smoke. But for the folks that's out there, they're getting recruited, compensated, and other things to bring that smoke. But if you don't never feel no fire, how you gonna take the smoke down the road? You lost what? Five road games in a row. This ain't gonna get no better. Now it's time to do a little proctology exam on the entire environment. Before I get to that, let me go into thank the people who said something in the chat. I know it gotta be. See, water cooler. Yeah. See. Say tight ready. I'm gonna hit this announcement. Oh, it's gonna be a long one. I'm gonna give it to him. I gotta give it to him. What's going on, everybody? Don't sugarcoat it. Can't sugarcoat it. You can't sugarcoat. You can't sugarcoat it. Sugarcoat what? Oh my God. Oh, he said, is that okay? He's saying the film guy. I think he worked for Georgia, but he played at Shorter University. I don't know what that is. The film guy, yeah, it's a great show. I like it. The Film Guy by Brooks Austin. Like you said, he's not a coach, but I think he did do. He worked on film for Georgia or something at one time. This is exactly what y'all got. Indiana reunion. Yeah, man, they over there smoking cigars and sipping on fine nectars and juices and berries and fermented fruits. Let's see. You Can't Handle Your Banner went from a hard-nosed disciplinarian that had high expectations in Saban to a coach that allows fingernails to be painted and anxiety dolls. Well, can I get one of those? Because I'm gonna need by the time we get past Georgia, yeah, two. On the other side of Georgia, I'm gonna need one of those. Paint my fingernails. I use this stuff to keep me from biting my nails. I don't be looking at people like that. But You Can't Handle the Truth. Thank you for joining me. Arkansas, I know y'all got a fast quarterback. Tell him, just wait in the pocket. They'll run right by him. He'll be fine. said that type of play would not be tolerated by Nick. Yeah, but Nick's gone. But let me ask a question. I hear this. It wouldn't be tolerated by Nick. And who is allowing all this in the top 30? Is there anybody allowing? Please go watch that, guys. Please. I think he said he had 4 million views on that. I don't know. No, the all 22 of the game has 4 million views yesterday when he did his recording. That's how shocked everybody is that this team is going down the toilet fast. Now, the blame game starts with these beat reporters. That's right. You thought I was going to the coaches. No. Sorry, folks. I can't hang out at the practice field. I don't have credentials. For months leading to the 2025 season, Alabama's in-person beat reporters spoon-fed Crimson Tide fans a steady diet of optimism and fluff. I don't care where you turn to. Nobody had anything to say. They didn't even like Kalen DeBoer, and they said, but that team looked ready. You know, they painted him as a tactical genius. The team had elite preparation. They hyped up the scrimmage performances like like it was a view of the playoffs or something. Every conference quote, we treated it like gospel, because what we doing? Going to work, taking care of kids. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all out in the street frolicking. That's all right. Go ahead and frolic, people. But we're going to listen to the experts. Every press quote. But after this beatdown, oh, yeah. This is my favorite. Every padded practice was spun into some type of dominance. Then I found out Mbakwe was playing Thomas Castellanos' role. But he never played quarterback. Not since probably since a little boy, but not in high school. DB receiver. But they had him back there. I don't even know if he's I said it. Use Latsir Brooks. Use Rico Scott. I know Rico Scott is the fastest person on the team, but Latsir Brooks cannot be far behind him. You using Mbakwe? Are you kidding me? But after this beatdown, where Alabama looked slow, unprepared, not ready to make contact, softer than cotton. No, softer than wet cotton candy. Well, that gets kind of hard after a while. So I won't disrespect the great wet cotton candy by comparing them. They look soft. It's clear, it's very clear the reporters were selling just dreams, not fact. They wasn't what is this? Oh, they weren't selling facts. You know, they downplayed any glaring issues on the offensive line, and that really was Caden Proctor. Yep, call his name out because he's about a millionaire. I'm gonna call Caden Proctor. Kadyn. Yeah. My quarterback got hit the hardest when he failed. They got that together, or Ty scrambled his butt. He like Fran Tarkenton back there. Go look at them Fran Tarkenton films and tell me you didn't see him, because they played on a nasty field in Minnesota every game. He looked like Fran Tarkenton trying to free up some of them plays. Anyway, we had they never saw the bizarre run pass imbalance from a new quarterback. They always talked about, it wasn't like they were doing coverage at all. It's like they were out there cheerleading these people. And now that the Tide has been exposed, fans are left wondering, man. We just left wondering. Were they watching the same team? Or were they too busy protecting their access, make sure they had the best seats in the press box, pushing narratives, didn't actually call out what's wrong. That's what you call a real report. I know a lot of people in this country, we don't get a lot of real report, but out of sports, ESPN got us all messed up. But out of local beat writers for your team, you got to tell some kind of truth. You can at least say, they look. No, that's not what they did. They even called on their boys from the main media, and they put all SEC performers. They got the room rated by PFF to be number 2, number 1. Maybe they are standing still by themselves, but when them lights came on, it was over. The damage was done. They got to put it back together, but, I'm not going to blame them first, because sometimes some people tell you that you good, you great. It sometimes make people just get their head all blown up. So I'm gonna just point to the press box, to them people that get all the passes, that sit up there, that do all the side interviews, sitting out there, and they got their camera, and they chilling. They got their press credentials. They on there. They there on a Tuesday. You know, they out there on Thursday. You know, they go in the locker room on Wednesday. They talk to the players at the practice. You are complicit, people. One shining star. Jerry Bernard. He is the only goal, but he's the main goal standard I saw on offense. The game was called. They tried to execute stuff. That passing stuff was all out. And I even give credit to Hollywood because he got 2 penalties. 2 or 3 penalties, and he took a shot later. But he, this man, Jeremy Bernard, though, which is the #1 receiver, he shows all the receiver rooms how they should play. He had a relentless effort, physical blocking. He was making clutch catches. And when I looked at this stat, I said, how did this man catch 8 passes for 146 yards? What was he doing? Does he know how to? Does he run the whole route tree? Can they put him in on the field and he don't alligator arm stuff? He had like 13 targets or something like that, but he had 146. That's more than half of the quarterbacks take. So I commend him a lot. He showed that grit and aggressiveness on a night where the offense was struggling, and he was just dumb. When it came time to block, he blocked mainly for Ty Simpson, but he did block. And I would commend 2 people after watching the film, guy. Xavier Brown held his edge. He turned so many plays back to the inside. They went too long, but he was there to turn them back. That's all he can ask for. And another person, Quay Russo. Everybody had mistakes, but Quay Russo he did what he was told. He used his eyes. 2 on 11 don't work, though. 2 on 11, 2 on whatever it was. It was so many mistakes out there. I mean, there were plays. Go watch the film, guy. There were plays that looked like, man, Alabama got blown off the line. No! There was one play that I'll never forget in my life. 3 Alabama players all attacked the A gap. Somebody attacked the C gap, D gap on the outside. I'm surprised that the running back just didn't know if the B gaps were so wide open. It's just wide open. Just wide open. Because 3 Alabama players, they should have got a penalty. They converged down on the center, and the center's like, thank you. I say Ty Simpson did his thing. He went out there and played ultimate competitor. Like I say, the receivers did the best they could do in wet conditions, but anything they did not do, except for Ryan Williams on that inside, about 2 of those passes he should have grabbed. But when it came to that pass, about 10, 12 of them passes, especially in the second quarter, I'm like, what are we doing? So I just don't know. But I'm just telling you, this may sting a little bit. But this man actually had the nerve, Ryan Grubb, got up to the podium and tried to give an excuse as to why he came out passing the ball and abandoning the run. And what came out of his mouth was pure, unfiltered, grade A bullshit. Let's start with the facts. Open the game with 12 damn runs. 12. Offense like it was alive. The backs was in rhythm. For a brief Monday, played 3 backs. So we're going to run 3 backs all day. These fools better get ready. Nope, didn't happen. Over the next 9 possessions, Alabama ran the ball 17 times. Based on what I'm seeing, we should be at 60. Should have ran the ball 60 times. I don't know if we had 60 plays. I'm just saying the way it looked. Probably could have won. Or at least went to a back and forth. Because defense, they was off. Defense, they left all the toughness, all that stuff was back. They probably left it in Dothan or they pushed it out the plane as soon as they got on Pensacola. I don't know how they got there, so I'm just saying. That is not just abandoning the run. That's opening up the window, and throwing it out the truck and just backing over with the team bus. We're going to say it again. Start out the game. 12 damn runs. Next 9 possessions, 17 attempts. Now, he said the game got away from us. Dirt. Really? Anybody know what the score was at halftime? 17-10. 17-10. Nick saying it. Water cooler, talk sports. He's saying it. Jermaine, funny man Jermaine, he said all the time he got t-shirts. It says run the ball, just like he spelled. Run the ball. Ain't no game got away from you, sir, in the second quarter. Are you crazy? Got away from you. Tell me you had diarrhea and you weren't in the press box in the second quarter. Don't tell me no crap like that. 43 passes when your run game was the only thing keeping you afloat. That's not aggressive, man. That's reckless. What do you think you're playing? Now I know everybody else, been around here. Maybe the boy never told him, hey man, SEC is a little different than Pac-12. You got to kind of be tough. So maybe he didn't have that conversation with him his whole life since they split up with each other and he lost 3 games last year. He never told him it was a different league. And he also said they were trying to stay aggressive. I'm going to translate that into the truth. That man panicked. He ditched the game plan. And he hoped that the quarterback could bail him out while the running back stood on the sideline like, what the hell happened now? I bet the running backs, Richard Young, Daniel Hill, Draylen Washington, and what's my man, Kevin Riley. I bet just hey man, are you hurt? I bet they were looking like, hey, are you hurt? Draylen, you good? Hey, Rich, you're not limping. Are you okay? You took a shot? They must have like somebody was hurt. It was the worst strategy. No. It was coaching malpractice, what we saw. You got these football beasts back there, human beings, but football beasts. Daniel Hill, I just named them. They in the stable, man. You decide to play hero ball with the passing game. I tell my son all the time. I'm not going to quote it, but it's ridiculous. Go look up the NFL completion percentages for passes over like 30 yards. It's low. Even the ones under 20 yards, it ain't that high. It's kind of an art to that thing. And I just don't know, standing in the rain with a first-year quarterback in the, you got the Seminole Nation there out there. They got the flaming spear. They got Warrior Osceola doing his thing. Somebody, people that smoking them peace pipes. And I ain't talking about peyote. Peace pipe smoke going all over the place. Come on now. That's not innovation, man. It's not innovation. And you got AK Dibber. That's not. So I don't know why you want to run the ball. He was like he was trying to sell it like it was some kind of calculated move. So I was going to trick him, see? And then they didn't see it coming because I just like this. And when I pulled it up, Ty started running for his life. So we rushed the ball anyway. Man, you like you're trying to sell it. Like, please, man. Alabama fans are not football stupid. I don't care what that education ranking says. We're not football stupid. We're not. Education, overall education, but football, we know what a power running game is like. I don't know it's because people go out there and they wrestle bulls or if they push do the cow tip and stuff. I don't know. We know the power game. Because we've been looking at Bo Jackson. Well, we've been looking at, Bobby Humphrey. And even before back, I don't know what it is. We know what that looked like. We know what dumbness feels like. Stop giving us this soft-ass excuse parade, man. This ain't the place for that. I'm spitting all over everything. I'm going to electrocute myself in this thing. If the offensive philosophy going forward is going to be the same, it's going to be a long doggone season. Because abandoning the run when it's working. Now, last year, we didn't abandon the run. You just ran the ball with the wrong person. Should have been giving the ball to Jam. I know he probably sitting there laughing. Looking at his last years like, I don't know. I'm not saying oh, that shoulder gonna be feeling good come Georgia time. You ain't getting the ball again. You might want to try that down in Miami or something. It's not questionable, man. That's just cowardly. Put the boys out there and let them hit, man. Stop picking up these sleds and pick up each other. Get back to the bumping, man. And around here, man, you know, going forward, since we see what we're working with, excuses got to die. Not explaining nothing. You know, if you want your reputation to get torched, keep getting up there and saying stupid stuff like that. It don't make no sense. And I don't care who I coach. I can see with my eyes. I ain't got to go coach nowhere to figure out your ass is lost. All of you are lost. So we've been told that the Alabama offense, you know, might be complacent, that the word floated around the Florida State flop. After the Florida State flop is that, you know, instead of owning it, Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb decided to play that soft piano of deflection. You know, hey, come tip your waitresses. No. He said the team didn't play with the edge that he expected. Now, no kidding, Coach. They look like they pretty much were auditioning for a pillow commercial. Like they wanted to play the cotton in the pillow commercial. You know, he said, look, we're still learning. Learning? Well, what it is we learning? I had to go to these buddies on that. What it is we learn? Coach Kalen DeBoer with a crap ton of blue chip ratios, 5 3-stars, and ain't nobody no stars on things. Walk-ons out there. What are they learning exactly? How much football hurt? How to make business decisions even before they get to the game? What are they learning that you're not teaching? This Alabama, man, this ain't JV. My son played JV. They learning. I didn't see a difference. I saw 2 teams play last Thursday, JV. Then I watched 2 teams play Saturday, 3:30 Eastern in Tallahassee. One of them looked like an FBS contender. The other one looked like a JV squad on defense and a high school varsity, some maniac calling pass plays on varsity offense. And yeah, I'm saying the offense played better than the defense by a long shot. Because defense is, oh my God, go watch the film. I'm gonna say it. Okay, I'm gonna shout this man out. I'm gonna tell you, go watch this man's film. You don't wear the crimson and white, man, up there and talk about growing pains, man. This ain't Rutgers, man. You ain't did no damn rebuilding program. You ain't even got to do the same things. Whatever you do, you got to do it with excellence. You got to execute. You got to be relentless. And you got to make people not want to play you. And you better remember something, the way that you're going. Nick Saban lost to ULM in 2007. In his first year, when the team was built a little differently, was constructed a little differently, you lining yourself up for some, woo. I was saying, if you fire a coach, go ahead and fire him for mid-season. But the word is, we ain't got that kind of money. But Ryan Grubb and Kane Womack, I think we can cover that. I know we can cover that. Ryan Grubb gonna chime in with some philosophical stuff like, you know, we in some class in Harvard. Yeah, we need to play with more urgency. Really? Because nothing screams urgency like abandoning the run game, calling 43 pass plays and watching your quarterback get swallowed alive while your 5-star backs just collect dust on the sideline. Pick up linemen. I wouldn't even say they blitz. He was picking up linemen because they needed help. He mentioned like effort and execution like it was foreign concepts. Like, isn't that what you've been teaching them the whole time? What are y'all been doing, man? I know y'all was over them lakes in there. Y'all was Lake Gunnsville, when the crap season this spring. Y'all probably at Gunnerville, kind of maybe steamed down to Eufaula for that bass. You probably went to the bass competition down there, didn't you? Y'all better get your ass on the board somewhere. Effort isn't optional. I wanted to say, I wrote Tuscaloosa, but I meant to say effort is not optional at Alabama. You have effort in everything you do, or you will starve to death. even for the people that don't play football in the state of Alabama. Execution isn't a suggestion. It's the dang standard, man. And the staff, they just thinks they're buying some soft butt post loss poetry, man. It's like they're trying to make us feel good. I want to see Freddie Roach. I want somebody to interview him. Somebody that work, whoever's up there that has worked with Nick Saban, I want to hear their thoughts. But you know what? They probably holding to the old standard. I think we got too many damn people at the microphone. I think we got too many interviews going on. You podcasting, that's what you're doing. You NIL, that's fine. But you bet, oh man, I got to tune in to Ryan Williams. Like when he come out of the concussion protocol, because everybody's texting me, Ryan Williams hadn't had a 100-yard game in 10 games. I'm like, I understand that because I don't think he's a number one. I think he's a nice piece. He's still developing. They told me it was a run tree. They said they easy, just go out and stay running routes. People like Amari Cooper showed up in Tuscaloosa, knew how to run all the routes, nearly flawlessly. Devontae Smith, same thing. Others got better. They picked it up. Ryan Williams, hey, if you're going to run that route right behind the defensive line, you got to catch the ball. But he is young, 18 years old this year. We said 17, 18. But Jeremy Bernard, he got him. But I'm going to talk about Josh Quavers. Oh, brother, I told you, you're going to have all the room you need to be All-American. I'm sorry. Yeah, all SEC. Somebody in Iowa probably win All-American. But or Penn State. But you're going to have all the space you need to be all SEC and live out your dreams in the NFL. But, bro, you got to get it done. You got to come down to toughness. Just, man, the offense just, they didn't lack fire. They lacked like a clue. And I ain't talking about the players. I mean, oh, man, I've been looking at all the stuff. I've been looking at the non-Alabama people talk about the team. People, they're shocked. You know, they can giggle, but they still shocked. I mean, this fan base about to fire you up, man. All y'all. And, you know, nobody in Alabama, nobody at Crimson Tide Nation here to call us some coach. So we're here to call out the BS. And this week, the Tide offense served us up a truckload of BS. So let's get this straight. After we got pumped, you know, they were surprised by a lack of effort. Here come Kane Womack with his stuff. Now, he was surprised by the effort too, lack of effort, as he watched defenders jog through plays and receivers quit mid-route. Here's the thing. They watch defenders, multiple, jog through plays, P-L-A-Y-S, plays. You'd have had one damn time to be jogging your ass across the football field with my jersey on. One. I'm sorry. The majority of my coaching experience years came coaching soccer. That's the first thing that gets you on the bench. I coached a church league. Run, pass, shoot. I had a t-shirt. I still got it. Run, pass, shoot. Running is very important. And I'm talking about running fast. If you ain't running, you got to go. He's talking about his team walked around hesitant and let adversity put us on our heels. Yeah. Nice pumps. This is the same man said, well, last year, and I quoted him 3 times this year. Last year, you know, it's like people, you know, they knew what they knew what they were doing. But this year they understand. But they were hesitant. And they were put on their heels. Were they hesitant to put on their heels because they were crimson pumps? Or you say on the football field, they play Simba like this? Because I saw it all over that film. I saw it. I saw the linebackers just sit there. I'm going to quote my man. I can't think of his name. Nick, help me out. The film guy. He said he did not see one play where a linebacker ran downhill. Not one. But the defensive coordinator, they have just watched this the whole game and didn't do or say nothing. Brooks Austin. Brooks, that's right. Brooks Austin. Look, I got it here. If the game gets away from you, run the ball. At least it keeps them scoring. I see many times with losses sometimes. Nick Saban would run the ball 3 times. Let's see, like he'd do 3 runs, do another 3 runs and punt until they can figure something out. At least to try to take the energy. Sometimes the 3 runs turn into 6 runs, turn to 7, and you got a series going. It builds your momentum up. What's going on, King of Comments? He said I had to come on and support my favorite Alabama fan. This devastating loss and left B Sharp show for you. Oh man, appreciate you coming on, checking me out. Man, y'all make sure you hit the like button because I'm not liking what I'm talking about, but I gotta say it. Not shocked it was Gus on the other side of the line. They were mesmerized by that offensive play calling. Yeah, they were mesmerized. It was mesmerized. You know, it's like Alabama didn't have no film on Gus. But you can have all the film in the world. If you don't watch it, break it down, do nothing with it, see it, do the repetition you need so you get. If you can just chop off half of the big explosive plays, maybe you're in the game. Defensively, offense still got issues, but maybe, just maybe, you're still in the game. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. You know, this man talking about some put us on the heels. That's rich because, you know, nothing says championship like your culture just folding up as soon as things get tough. You know? And came to board, you know, he was disappointed. And he still insists. He insists that we have high character kids. Thank you, Nick, for telling that, Brooks. I'm going to learn that, but I got to watch that film about 17 times. I see it again. I'm just going to throw that TV didn't cost that. We'll throw that TV right through that window right there. Yeah, they wanted it so bad. They forgot to pursue the ball, finish off blocks. Oh, just everything. Just everything. You know, Bray Elk was just, you know, when you playing, okay, he's sitting in a position at that safety position, that strong safety position, cover a little bit, hit a lot, but if you cover, his effort, man. If he goes to a combine interview, I already know what they're gonna pull up. Hey, they're gonna be like, hey, Bray, I want to talk to you about this play right here. This is back in Florida State game. You remember that? You know, it was back 2 years ago, but now that you're a junior and you're trying to come to my team, I want to ask you, what were you thinking right here? Click, 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 click. What was the thoughts right here where you pranced along the side of the play like you were a kid chasing after a homecoming float? Huh? Were you trying to catch a piece of candy, Bray? Huh? 6'2", 220-some pounds? What was you doing? Oh, you was running like little Miss Celia on Color Purple looking for a piece of chocolate. What was you doing? You weren't playing safety. Was you hurt? I mean, you may have like a spasm or something in your buttocks. Anyway. Oh, I got a lot. Yeah. Now we're talking about being intentional and moving forward against Louisiana Monroe. Like, let's go in and erase the embarrassment this past weekend. Effort, man, like I said, it ain't optional in Tuscaloosa. It ain't optional in Alabama because I just know if you get up 3 days in a row in Alabama and doing anything, you be a nurse, doctor, teacher, you're going to find yourself way behind. You may not ever catch up. You got to stay on it. You got to be resilient. Man, it's like all this soft, man. And even today, they're talking about, you know, they're going to get back after it and they look good at practice today. They did. They look good. How many people went to the hospital? Tell me, how many starters, since we're losing starters, how many starters did we lose if they look good? But Kane Womack, the defensive coordinator, man, you know, his whole thing just felt like a TED talk. He talked about the defensive features and system philosophies. And I'm going to do a video now. I may do it tonight if I have energy left. I may just do something. He talked about multiplicity and, you know, none of this stuff stopped Florida State from putting 30 on that head. Could have been 40. If we had a dry field, Lord have mercy, no telling what would have happened. You know, he was using them like it was almost like he want to say multiplicity and effort and all these words like that was going to go out and just structure. Like the structure going to get up and make somebody go tackle somebody. The defense like it was built on a whiteboard, and it did not, calculate the human element. Like, ain't no way in the world that man gonna be able to get from there to there in football. And like, I don't know what it is, man. He's trying to decode. You're trying to just decode all this jargon on the football field. You can see many times Alabama players are like they're trying to make calls and adjustments and say this. No, you're not a wolf this play. You're a bandit. You're not a bandit. You're a wolf. You're not a sting. You're a husky. Bro, nobody got, man. Nobody has a decoder ring out there, man. He just explaining this defensive DNA, coverage integrity. Why they got torched, man? I got torched for just some big plays, some nice big plays, like marshmallows. Just overcomplicated stuff, man. It's surprising. I wonder if somebody just says that, you look at that guy, hear him talk, and I think some people said last year they were not Alabama fans, but I was told. I think he's in over his head, but the numbers look pretty good. They look better. Was that residue left over from Coach Saban's players? I don't know. But, Gus just made it look real better. He made it real bad. He made it look worse. We hired a philosopher and we need a field general. Because one thing I can say, people say, man, this look like Shula. You're a lie. This is like Shula. You're a lie. Coach Kynes didn't play this. Coach Kynes, when Shula had Coach Kynes, D'Amico Ryans played for that team and several others. You a lie. Mike Dubas was the defensive coordinator. He didn't know nothing about offense. They didn't look like this. Unless somebody just came in, nobody expected us to win, and we just got trucked by Tennessee or something. They never looked like this with this much talent hanging around. Never. So stop it. I cannot remember. I don't remember the Ray Perkins game. So maybe Ray Perkins had some awful records. So maybe he did. But Gene Stallings didn't play this. Definitely didn't play this. This is horrific. This is really bad. Can you turn it around? Oh, yeah, sure, you can turn it around. But I'll tell you one thing. It's easier to turn around a rowboat than it is an aircraft carrier. So take that for what it's worth. Now, I'm gonna point at somebody else too. I remember they made a comment. Coach Saban made a comment about the type of players he look at. He looks at people that make effort plays. Effort plays were plays that people finish the plays off. If the ball's over here, they go over there. They don't just have 12 tackles standing within like 6 yards of the ball. The guy just don't make the line. He doesn't make his block and just stop right there. He picks up somebody up at second level, or if it's key player, he keeps driving him in the ground. The receiver that doesn't get the ball, he's an All-American, but he's blocking for his freshman high school player. Effort plays, things you don't have to do, but things that look good, that help the team out when you do. He looks for that. Courtney Morgan, who did you bring in here? Courtney Morgan, front and center. You bigger than me. Yeah, I got baseball bats, son. Who did you bring up in here? All them 5-star steaks that you ordering, they coming off like microwave burritos. He got 2 raises. And where the game changed? Where's my Carson Beck? Huh? Where's my, for this week, where's my Jackson Arnold play? Somebody's going to change the gap. Draylon Washington, he got here. He's supposed to be a highly rated person in the portal. But he in the spring said, oh, man, I didn't know y'all practice like this. Yeah, Draylon. This is University of Alabama. So which one of these dudes going to turn up for the money you get? $1 million. All you got to do is take flights and watch film. I don't even know if you got to go to practice. Do you hold a tackle bag or something? But these people that you brought in here, they like invisible, injured, or they left some of them. Where's the strategic depth that you're supposed to bring in here? The offensive line, Cam Dewberry, he all right. He all right. But they was all discombobulated, man. They like they're auditioning for a ballet recital, man. Early in the game. when it came to that pass blocking. Run blocking was fine, or well, our running backs are dynamic. If it was fine, I think we would have had more rushing yards to the point where like they broke some for 20. Some 20-yard runs or at least some 15-yard runs, more of them in their limited 12 attempts earlier on. Golly. I mean, didn't have enough push, man. Tight ends. All the tight ends being put together with prayer and duct tape. Like I said, Draylen Edwards, Draylen Washington, and Kelby Collins. Milk carton, baby. Where they at? You brought them in here. Know they're well compensated. Where they at? Do you understand the modern college football landscape? When you go into that portal, you're bringing in people that can play and compete. If you can't tell that they're ready to compete, if you can't see it on the film, don't be bringing us no damn projects. We recruit projects. We got plenty of Don't bring your coach no projects, man. I mean, you're playing checkers while everybody that's in the SEC is playing chess. Yeah, it's highly routed, but highly ranked in the 21st, whatever. But the quality of players you're bringing in is booty. He ain't getting, like I said, Kalen DeBoer, this your boy. But Kalen DeBoer is not getting fired, okay? Not yet. If you do it, though, do it before game 6. Because there's 70 million reasons I know why he ain't getting fired. But the rest of y'all, it's some paper sitting on the printer. It's some paper sitting on the printer. We need a wet signature. Ain't sending you a PDF. Ain't gonna be no DocuSign. We got some paper on the printer. Coach Kappa-Loafit, it's taking too long to build depth at this line. Only thing our people that are freshmen and sophomores should not have compared to the upperclassmen and the starters is maybe the breadth or the wind. Technique-wise, that's your job. You and your little assistants, that's your job to make them elite freshmen players in the SEC, elite sophomore players in the SEC. All this bringing in linemen because of you, you ain't nobody in Alabama. You can get the stepping for real. I know we can handle your buyout. Some soda crackers and a can, like what is a 6-pack of Spam? We get you up out of there, bro. This is getting ridiculous. I mean, we just sucked jackass tail on Saturday. And you know what? I don't know if you still behind a jackass. A jackass will kick your head straight off your head and you keep playing around. I don't even like standing behind horses or nothing like that. But it's like Kalen DeBoer and his staff was just over there sucking on the jackass's ass. On his tail. And they about to get their doggone teeth kicked in. See what we got in this chat over here. Terrell said, and you keep your defense on the side and get them rest. Yeah. It's called complementary play calling. You do one thing to help out the others. We're going to give you the ball back because we're going to be well rested. We're going to give them out in hopefully 3 plays, maybe 5. We're going to get them out of there. Give you guys the ball back. You take your time, go down and give me a touchdown. Give me the lead. Now I get a little more aggressive. I'm not a football coach, but I watched a lot of football. Oh my God. Yeah, when Bill Curry, who had a 10-win season, a 9-win season, I think another 8-win season, he got fired because for some reason, Pat Dye would not take his boot out of his bookie. He lost to Auburn 3 times in a row, and I didn't get it. I was like, but maybe we get him next year. They was like, no, we ain't waiting on that. That's because you can smell the Bear Bryant in the air. They was shit. You gonna lose to Auburn 3 times? You gotta go, brother. I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's why they got rid of him. But no, he didn't play that. Went to Georgia Tech, helped them be very competitive. And he also went to he helped establish the program here in what is it? I've been going a long time. but he helped to reestablish the program at reestablish the program at Georgia State. Man knew football, but no, he wouldn't play that. I mean, you're talking about these are these quotes. He watched players, loaf for plays. That mean like it took you more than one or three or four, and you still didn't do that because Bray Edwards he's the biggest loafer. Somebody has a video they did on him. I watched so many plays, and Braylon Edwards was really doggone just embarrassing himself. I don't know where he would be in the draft, probably sitting in his mama's living room with his fingers crossed at this point, because that was ugly. And didn't do nothing about it. But I don't know, it's many reasons that we probably lost that game. Could have been at the, maybe the humidity in Tallahassee made them, maybe we just sweated our game plan out. Maybe that was it. Maybe our cleats weren't aggressive enough either. Maybe the bus took the wrong turn and we got off on Mediocrity Boulevard somewhere down by Dothan or something like that. I don't know. Or the plane flew across the mediocre zone out there in the Gulf before it landed in Tallahassee. Something happened. I mean, the Florida State mascot had more energy than our defense. That dude came across. You go to school for free, right? Stuck that thing in the ground. All that. What is that? Butane. I don't know. I ain't fought that horse. That man got to be high after every kickoff. Maybe they like to do the music there at Alabama. Now, you watch Nick Saban, them times when he's in lot, you don't hear no music. I think the pregame playlist, maybe they had Adele playing. So they wanted the mood to be the defeated mood inside of it. It was playing like, Adele music probably. That's probably what it was. Or maybe they like the TikTok locker room dance curse kicked in on the team. I didn't see it posted, but I think that Ryan Williams had done enough stuff on social media to get us cursed from the social media aspect. He's just done quite enough. I don't know, man. Maybe the Gatorade was off, had too much lemon, not enough sand. So I've been saving him every day. He probably looked at me and said, he ain't sneak. He probably got like 2 big handfuls of sand and just put it in the Gatorade for every game. And say, what you gonna do about it, son? No, the boy over there, he got the Gatorade. He's sneaking sugar in there. He's shaking a bag of sugar. Maybe the $1 Million Band just said, we're going to play Sweet Home Alabama. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're like, Sweet Home Alabama? Played it in an ironic type manner. I just can go on, man. Now I'm trying to see that, they edit stuff during those games. When that guy flipped the camera off, was that at the beginning of the game, or was he just following the lead of the team? Like the whole team just shot us a bird. Cheerleaders were hustling more than the linebackers out there. Maybe that was Bobby Bowden on defense. His ghost of Bobby Bowden just crept up and did something. I don't know. Just so many reasons. Maybe they did. I don't know. Were the towels too soft for him, or they thought we was going to a seminar, not to see the Seminoles? Maybe something happened. What me? And then I look at the boy, and I say I don't judge a man just based on how he look. I have a huge problem with that myself. But I'm looking at him. Feel like I know him a little bit better these days, even though I don't. His wife said something too. She needs to stay out of this. Just please take the money, stay off the mic. Is Cam the boy listen to like a murder mystery novel during the game, or like a cooking show or something? Maybe Todd thought they was going down to a summer camp like Camp Dope. Not Dope Campbell Stadium, but just Camp Dope. Well, I mean, I don't know what they thought. The warm-up was like synchronized. Everything was horrible about this game. The warm-up was like synchronized stretching. He's playing games. I just feel sorry for the Florida State punter. He ain't had nothing to do. Alabama's, DBs, but they're playing Marco Polo with the receivers. Where are you? Open your eyes, boy. Offensive line just not firing off. But the run defense was okay. Pass offensive blocking just they all just caved. I didn't see them blitzing. They were just still caving. They were not as disorganized as the defensive line. I think Parker Bressford is the center. I guess he's the captain of the offensive line. He should be nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. They were so nice. It just was horrible, man. The blitz packages, they were just suggestions. Like, hey, if you guys are up to it, you know, all the tackling was like some damn interpretive dance or something. The secondary gave up chunk plays like damn, they was handing out coupons. Florida State quarterback, he could run around in the backfield and still get 5 yards, do his taxes, bake some cookies before anybody put a hand on him. But Gus Malzahn, he did a good job of out-scheming us again. Florida State averaged that, you know, averaged 89 rushing yards last year. And they put up 230. The third down thing killed us. 6-4 against unranked teams. Saban was 124-4. This man has matched a record of Nick Saban in 1 year that it took Nick Saban 17 years to establish. That's a fireable offense, sir, but you cost too much. May fire everything around you, though. The rushing game was off. 29 carries, man. Castellanos had more rushing yards than our whole doggone backfield. I think Jeremy Bernard, I wonder did he tie everybody's shoestrings together in the receiver room? Like, I'm gonna get all the balls today. Or maybe he tied their hands to their side, or I don't know. Maybe he throw some salt in their eyes so they couldn't see how to run their routes. I don't know. It's so much went on. Defense, offensive line, man. They went around like traffic cones. We were running into ourselves on defense. Folks, they don't know how to secure the edge. It did show that we missed Tim Keenan. Maybe that would have been a force or something. I don't know. James Smith supposed to be a leader. He hitting people out of bounds. Fourth down stops. Nothing was going right. Everything we was calling was kind of vanilla and running around the middle. Then I'm going to try to throw it. I'm going to try to put my quarterback on the run and let him throw. In his first game against a prestigious, unranked, but yet a prestigious team. Not enough halftime adjustments. Best the music sound good in there, though. That doggone Florida State was cooking with spice. Spice! They stopped us on fourth down, and we stopped ourselves. And, I have a question about our conditioning overall. I don't know if people were just hyped up. The tackling like it was an option. They hitting that dude out of bounds was crazy. He forearmed the dude in the head. It wasn't that he just hit him. He took a yeet. Hey. I thought all disrespect was going to be addressed. It sounded really good when he said it. I didn't see it, man. I just didn't see it. I'm going to jump on some more of these issues. Some of these other reasons I think we lost. Some cute, some not. But I just don't get it. But I'm going to get up out of here because I still got a half a gallon of Skol vodka mixed with Jägermeister to finish to watch this crappy game away from my memory. And I don't think it's working very well. It's been terrible. Got my energy low. So I'm going to get out of here. But don't forget to give a brother a pound and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button so you'll know when I go live. Because I will go live again. I'm just hard coming in here. This is the first time it's been hard before, but this is the hardest. Vanderbilt is one thing. Oklahoma was hard. It was hard to come in after Oklahoma. But this right here, This was stupid. But don't forget, hit that notification button so you know when I go live. I will go live again. I ain't running. These colors don't run. Tell your friends you can find me right here on YouTube, primarily, Facebook also. Tight Sports Talk on X. I'm out there sometimes. Not now. It's just too much. It's too much internet, social media violence out there for me right now. It's not safe for Alabama fans. Shout out to B. Sharp and Sharp Shooters Podcast. Kangaroo Black. Just putting it all out there. Just letting all his emotions be known. That's what I try to do when I'm in here. And I'm just telling the bold-faced truth. I ain't bumping for no damn body no more. What's up to Bama Mo, Long Run with the Piano Man, Rags and Fitness. I got to catch up with that guy. Roll Tide to you all. Thank you all for making Alabama great. I was going to say always, but I say most of the time. I want to say peace to the brothers at Auburn Addicts. Water Cooler Podcast, Bubba and Old Man. It's SEC season. My man Tez. Dustin and Up-Tempo Podcast. Dustin, you are my homie. The Huggy Beard himself, Vandy Chris, at the Golden Broom Podcast, who repeatedly tells me that Ryan Williams has not done nothing in the last 10 games. I think that's 11 now. But he did draw some penalties, so I got to give him that. Anyway, they are a fine group of Crimson Tide, hating, and doubting, now corrected to laughing and happy haters of the Crimson Tide, because I know there are no people happier than those guys right there when it comes to the downfall of the Crimson Tide. On Thursday, yeah, I'm gonna talk about ULM, but I can't get away. I gotta get this. I gotta purge this out of my system. I got more to share about this right here. So I will see you on Thursday right here. I gotta do a little road trip for the JV game, so I'm coming in early. Hey, I don't mind if you rewatch. When you rewatch, share that thing. Hit the like button. I'm giving it to you. I'm going to give it to you Thursday. I may come in at about 3:30 early so I can get out to the JV game. Got to see if my son can get out there and do the things I didn't see Alabama do. Yeah. And after that, we see you next Tuesday. And you can join me. ULM game, I'm not sure about. But most games, you'll be able to catch me going live. If not by homecoming, if not by halftime, I will go live in the fourth quarter like I did this last game. I will sit there. I will spit. I will probably be medicated. So make sure that I don't lose my channel by watching this game. But that's all I got for today. I appreciate you watching. And always remember, roll, tide, roll.